Good afternoon, fishing friends. It is another gorgeous February afternoon, actually. It's starting to warm up again. It's 38 degrees, and I should be in the boat fishing, but I'm not, and it's kind of hard. I just went out and picked up some fishing line conditioner, which would be, got some Ardent stuff, and I know a lot of people use KVD stuff, but I can't find anybody that has them or carries it, so I'm going to try this stuff out. Anything will work. And if those of you who don't use fishing line conditioner, it is a very good idea for fluorocarbon, and it works on mono too. But the whole purpose of this vlog is I'm gonna show you some plastics that I'm gonna use and that I have used in the past on the Mississippi, and I mostly use them up on Rainy River for the border walleyes. So I'm just getting back to the house right now, and we'll do a little unbagging, and I'll show you the line of plastics that I use for those walleyes up north, and give you some tips that you can use them for bass too. So give me a little bit, we'll get back to the house and I'll do a little show and tell. Alright, we're not quite back to the house yet, but I'm going to apologize in advance. The videos are a little boring right now. We can't do a whole lot in Minnesota. The ice is right at the stage where it's very, very hard to get out on, and then of course we can't get in the boats yet unless I want to drive an hour, a little over an hour, to go fish South St. Paul in the Mississippi. So I was going to talk to you a little bit about an ice fishing trip that I took this last weekend. I went up to Lake Mille Lacs. A lot of you are familiar with it for the Angler of the Year tournament, Bassmaster series in 2016, the fall of it. I actually caught a 40.5-inch muskie, which was pretty freaking sweet. I'll put a photo up in the video, and I've tried to fish for them in the winter for tip-ups when I fish for northerns early season, and it's never worked. I've had one on up to the hole, but it went off. But I finally caught one. It was pretty sweet. Otherwise, we had a pretty good weekend for walleyes. 2.5 days. We had like, oh gosh, what was the number? I think we had like 36 or 37, which wasn't terrible. We had 11 or 12 in between 23 and 27.5, so that was pretty cool. I'll pop another picture up of one of those fish. Otherwise, we're gonna head into the house here quick, and I'll show you those plastics that I've been talking about. Alright, we're back in the house. Gonna do a little unbagging here. I've been trying to do this frickin' video for a couple days now, and the first time I deleted it on accident in my gallery, which apparently the app that I use for editing doesn't like it when you do that, because then it gets rid of the edit. So what we are gonna do is just redo it. What I'm going to talk about here is a line of plastics that I've been using for a couple of years, and a guy partnered with BfishN Tackle to excuse me, design these. They're called Authentics Plastic Series. So all they are is, if any of you are familiar with the BfishN Tackle, they're kind of like the just regular ringworms, except now he made a little bit different design to the ribs of the ringworm, and then these are called the pulsars. So then they have a paddle tail here, and as you can see, it gets really thin after the main body, which makes that paddle tail work very easily. If you reel it really slow, that wobbles back and forth. Otherwise, under just a little bit of current, it works amazing. So end result is like this. It's just like using a regular swim bait on a jig for bass fishing. All these are 1/4 ounce jigs because I'm casting them and just reeling, popping, and letting it fall, and that's when they're usually smoking it. We use these in midday afternoon. That once the water warms up, 2-3 degrees makes a huge difference. Otherwise, in the morning, we are using 3/8 ounce jigs just with rainbow chub, just letting the current drift us downstream, and that's what they want. They want a little bit of meat on the jig instead of just artificials. So some of the colors that I use, and this is for any river you can use this for. Chartreuse, anything with a little bit of chartreuse works very, very well. So these are the Moxi minnows, and these are called ring purple chartreuse. So the Moxi minnow is kind of like a twister tail, so you can see there. And then it has that little bit bigger piece on the end of it, which makes it thump a little bit more than a regular twister tail. So it's got the same body, and these work once that water, sometimes when we're up there it's only a foot clarity. That'll work very good with that chartreuse, so then they can pick those colors out. So you could put that with like a white, like these ones, they glow, which I'm not going to sit there and flash them all the time, but that could work really good in the morning. Or cloudy conditions. A lot of people know that the chartreuses and the whites work in good cloudy conditions, and some people like using purples and black and blues in cloudy. It's just what I found to work better for me are the whites and chartreuses and light greens. So let's say you have a good amount of clarity, 2 feet of water, and the sun is out. Middle of the day, always go with gold. So that'll give you the most flash. So if you still want kind of a bright color, or up there the shiner run is what brings these walleyes in. This is another pulsar. So it's silver with blue and red flake with a chartreuse tail. So you could put the gold jig head with those, and that'll look very realistic to these walleyes, and it'll give just an insane amount of flash. And I said I was going to talk about the bass, how you could use these for bass fishing. I love using paddle tails drop shotting for smallmouth. It almost presents, I wouldn't really say a better minnow presentation, but you'll get a really good vibration. And I don't know if any of you know, like Seth Fighter, he loves using paddle tails on his drop shots when he's using it for smallmouth. Or you could use these. This is the 3 1/4 size, and they have a 4 1/4 size. You could use them on swim jigs. You could use them on chatterbaits. So you don't just have to get these for walleyes. You can get these and use them for every aspect of what you're fishing for. So those are kind of the colors and different styles with the Moxi Minnow and Pulsar that I wanted to show you. And a lot of people don't know Authentics Plastics, and I'd like to get their name out there because they work very good for me, and I think they'll work good for everybody else. So, like I said before, I'm sorry if the videos or vlogs are a little boring right now. They'll get better. And go follow me on Instagram. It's mn_bassmadness. And subscribe to the channel, please, guys. I will very much appreciate it. Other than that, I will see you on my next vlog. Hopefully we were fishing somewhere. Maybe get another video fishing in the river. Until then, tight lines and fish on.